This is the first in a series of videos I'm calling Tales from the Trenches. These videos will explore and share real-life experiences and war stories with agility. We'll explore scenarios, challenges, concepts, and identify actionable takeaways that you may wish to experiment with in your own Agile journey as you forge your own tale in the trenches. In this week's video, we explore how I became a Scrum Master. We'll explore my story, what I learned, and I'll share with you my recommendations on how to become a Scrum Master yourself if that's what you desire. So it's story time, folks. Listen closely. I'm a firm believer that all good stories start with a once upon a time, so shall mine. I'm afraid there's not really a spectacular tale or witty adventure that I can share about how I first became a Scrum Master and got into the Agile world. I began my career post-university with great aspirations, and at the time, I knew I wanted to be a project manager. The rigour, the rules, at the time, they made sense to me. I joined a project management graduate scheme for a company called CSC. They're a large consultancy. And after spending 3 or 4 months being frustrated at being a PowerPoint lackey for one of the directors, I pushed for the opportunity to manage my first project. I got this opportunity and I took it on with aplomb, and a year later I was managing multi-million-pound projects which involved 3 work streams. It involved a new front end for a mobile device, an Android application, refactoring the back-end system to make it less monolithic, and designing a future system to replace all of it. Now, the mobile front-end workstream was being delivered in Agile, and this is where I got my first taste of agility. I remember the disconnect, the cognitive dissonance I faced. There I was, in a command and control waterfall-style environment where I had to provide my management with Gantt charts and had to frequently report back on cost, schedule, and scope, and yet the lead developer for the mobile front-end workstream was delivering in Agile, working with sprints. And between us, we had to try and pull something together that would provide my management team with that warm and fuzzy feeling they needed, which told them that I was in control. What did I learn from this experience? Something just clicked for me. Agile made sense. Why wouldn't you narrow your scope and deliver a working product frequently and iterate based on what you learned? It was this experience that made me want to become a Scrum Master, and when I was presented with future opportunity to do so, I seized them with both hands. I had discovered my own preferred modus operandi. To this day, I use Agile principles to achieve my own goals and outcomes in my personal life, as well as helping companies and teams discover their version of agility. So my recommendations to any budding Scrum Masters out there that are looking to get into the Agile world, or even those looking to retrain, I offer the following 3 tips. Firstly, join a community of practice, such as Hands-On Agile. There is a huge active community of practitioners out there that are willing to help, particularly those who approach so with humility. You'll have access to people with years of experience who have been there and lived through their own tales in the trenches. Secondly, find a mentor. As above, there are a lot of people out there that are willing to offer free mentoring, to share their experiences, offer guidance, and help you achieve your goals. Take action here and simply ask someone. If someone had approached me and asked me to mentor them, even if I couldn't commit to it at the time, I would welcome the initiative, and I'd more than likely offer and be happy to help support them in finding someone that perhaps did have the time to do so from someone within my network. Lastly, learn fast, learn often. This is a favourite phrase of mine. Attend free webinars, take free courses. There are so many resources available out there to further your learning. I would personally rather hire someone who had the right mentality and hunger to learn than someone who had just simply taken a 2-day Scrum course. Next week's episode of Tales in the Trenches will explore celebrating failure, including my own, as well as the best example of failure that I have seen. So subscribe to this video if you've enjoyed the content, and good luck with your own Tales in the Trenches. Don't stop believing.